Call the meeting to order at 6:30 p.m. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Aaron? Here. Councilman Fleming?
Here.
Councilor Gerald?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem here.
Here.
Councilor Rohrbach?
Here.
Councilor Wright?
Here.
Mayor Haynes?
Here. All those that could, please stand while Councilwoman Aaron does the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance.
As we gather this evening for the second meeting of this newly seated Madison Heights City Council, we take a moment to acknowledge the importance of the work before us and the responsibility entrusted to each member. This city, our community of our diverse voices, strong neighborhoods, and shared aspirations depends on thoughtful principled leadership. May this council be guided by clarity of purpose, fairness in judgment, and a steadfast commitment to the people of Madison Heights. May discussions be in this chamber be marked with civility, respect, and a dedication to collaborative problem solving. Let every decision reflect integrity, accountability, and a sincere desire to strengthen the quality of life for all who call Madison Heights home. As we continue this new term, may cooperation rise above division, and may each action taken here today move our city toward greater unity, safety, and opportunity. Let this meeting reaffirm that leadership is both a privilege and a duty, and that requires wisdom, compassion, and unwavering commitment to the public. As we prepare to move into tonight's agenda items, may we do so with intention, open-mindedness, and a unified focus on the public good. With these intentions in mind, we proceed with the work that is before us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, moving on to the agenda. First topic is approval of the agenda. Do we have any additions or deletions to the agenda? Okay, hearing none, can I get a motion to approve the agenda? Your Honor. Motion? Yes. Thank you. Do I have a second?
Your Honor, second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion carries. We have no presentations this evening. Next on the agenda is public hearings regarding the Parks and Recreation Master Plan. City Manager Marsh.
So staff is presenting the 2026 to 2030 Parks and Recreation Master Plan, which has been under development over the last year. The state requires the city to have a 5-year master plan on file with the Michigan Department of Natural Resources to apply for any state grants offered in the next 5 years. This draft plan has been posted on the city's website and was made available in print format to the public through the clerk's office and library to meet the state's minimum 30-day review and comment period. All public comments have been addressed, so following the required public hearing, staff and I recommend approval of the resolution to formally adopt the plan.
Okay, thank you, City Manager Marsh. So I will open the public hearing. If there's anyone here that would like to speak regarding the Parks and Recreation Master Plan. All right, seeing nobody is here, I will close the public hearing. And we'll move on to what is the wish of City Council as it relates to the Parks and Recreation Master Plan.
Your Honor.
Councilor Rohrbach.
I move that council approves the resolution adopting the Parks and Recreation Master Plan and authorize staff to submit it to the Michigan Department of Natural Resources.
Okay, thank you. Is there a second?
Your Honor.
Yes.
Support.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
Your Honor. I'll just note that the city manager and the staff in the DPS and Parks and Recreations departments worked on this in-house, and I know she stated it before publicly, but the work is impeccable. I looked through it, really carefully. I read everybody's comments and so forth, and also just the amount of detail that we go into in looking at every park, the inventory of the parks, what's going on at that park, how, well, the condition of the things at the park, and then everybody's input from, I don't remember how many individuals left their comments, but we have 116 pages in this thing, so it's a lot of comments about what people would like to see and additional changes or issues or anything like that. And I just really appreciate how much work went into it, how detailed it was, and how much it suited the needs of this city and our parks. So, the challenge to me for something like this is, everybody has an idea of what would make their park beautiful, but everybody's idea is subjective to their own ideas, right? But this helps us to clarify and quantify those subjective inputs in a way that makes it doable, an action plan. And I know that the city manager really works hard to make sure that we have these action plans, and this is required by the state, but we have these action plans in place that are clearly ready, things that we want to do in the next 5 years. Our past master plan, we were able to complete almost every single thing in that master plan over the course of that time. And we were able to do that because the master plan had those things. They were reasonable and thoughtful and doable, right? And they took into account what the city residents wanted. And I think that this does that same kind of thing. These types of things that are in here are just phenomenal. The improvements, the focus on accessibility and the types of services that we're offering in the recreation department, the ways that people can interact with the recreation department. And all of these things, being here and being ready, make us ready to drop a grant application at the drop of a dime. Well, maybe not the drop of a dime, but very quickly, so that we can really capture as much of that outside funding as we possibly can, so that we can give the biggest bang for the buck for our residents. And so I just want to encourage anybody. This will be available, I think, on the city website, or it has been, and people have can see it still after it's adopted. You can take a look at it and just see what the plans are for the next 5 years in the plan. When I think about the fact that we got almost everything done in the last master plan, and then I'm looking at this, like the improvements that are going to be happening at McGilvery Park next fiscal year, just a complete overhaul. And I know I used to live in the neighborhood right there, so I hear from my former neighbors all the time about how they want to see those improvements, and I know that that's coming, and we know that these things will be happening because our city staff are so good at capturing that outside funding and making sure that they are ready and willing to get these things done. So I just want to say thank you for everybody's work and encourage anybody who is interested to really take a look and see what your city parks are going to be turning into or growing into, developing into in the next 5 years. Thank you.
Your Honor,
Yes.
thank you, Councilor Rohrbach, for that extremely detailed, and I'll say kudos to all of that, and just wanted to put a special comment on thanking all of the hard work. As Councilor mentioned, it was all done in-house. Saved the city some money there and got more feedback from the public than we did in years past. And it's nice to have all of that on paper, so we have a plan, and I look very forward to some of the things that are on that plan already.
Any other comments?
Your Honor.
Yes.
Yeah, I too want to say that the plan is really well put forth for a path for our future in Parks and Recreation. I appreciate all the hard work that was put into it, and I also want to commend all the citizens who took all the surveys, who showed up to all the town halls to give us their input, and everybody on council who worked on it also. I'm really happy about the accessibility portion of it being recognized. The parks are rated from 1 to 5, on a scale from 1 to 5, from being, the goal is to be barrier-free, and 1 being it not being barrier-free at all. That meaning that the path to get to the play structures and to go around the park are free of any obstacles at all. And 5, everything being just completed and being barrier-free. So most of the parks right now, per the master plan that were rated, are either 2s, we have a couple of 3s, and there's a couple of 1s. So we still have some progress to be made on making sure that we get to a total barrier-free park system. I really look forward to that. If we do get grants, we can put them towards making upgrades to accessibility. I also want to say that the master plan also talked about having programming that's really important for all ages and disabilities and such. So I'm really pleased with the way that the master plan turned out, and that's it.
Your Honor, I was going to save my comments for closing comments, but feel like it's kind of backwards if I do that. So I do want to just say kudos to, Counselor Rohrbach, and everyone else, Melissa, whom all, contributed to this master plan. When I read through, and it is a lot to read through, I was impressed with the amount of comments that residents gave and how it helped to explore and to navigate what we need in our parks. This is just the first step to helping us to come up with a vision for more greener spaces, more activities. I read a couple of comments where they were asking for more music in the parks, and I'm like, okay, we're on the right track with the arts boards, doing things like that. So we're giving our residents what they want, and I applaud you all for working so diligently on this. It was really well put together.
Anyone else? Counselor Wright.
Of course, I have so much more to add to this conversation. Everybody buckle up. No, just outstanding by our city staff. The thing that I want to highlight is how you saw the availability of folks to participate via the QR codes around the parks, around the community, in the newspaper. Now more than ever, it's really hard to reach people because, believe it or not, we don't all go to the same Facebook pages or even social media groups or platforms, so or parks and everything. And so city staff did a phenomenal job of touching all of the touch points where people can have multiple opportunities to have their opinion be included in this. And wasn't this the most ever participated in responses, which is phenomenal. And so, of course, you can't please everyone. Sometimes you're lucky if you can please anyone. But it's just great work, like everyone else said. And I'm very happy as well and fully on board with this plan and can't wait to see us implement it. And I do love the idea of having reasonable, achievable goals like Councilor Rohrbach talked about. And that's the most significant part is we got to have our, to the moon dreams, but we also got to have our just basic first run hits or run hits. So good job.
Ditto.
All right, so the only comment, well, a couple of comments that I have, everybody's already talked about it. That's the joy of going last. You get to hear what everybody says, but I agree with everything that's been said tonight. And one thing that I would like to add, obviously, a great job doing this internally. What an incredible turnaround for our employees, the citizens themselves that took part of the survey. But even more so, when I looked through this and was reading through it, it was so professionally done. I would not have known if you didn't tell me that this was done by, some professional firm. I wouldn't have known the difference. So, again, great job by you, Melissa, and staff, and everybody that was involved in that. So I'll close out the discussion, and let's take a vote on the motion to approve the resolution. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion carries. All right, next up on the agenda is there any item on the agenda of interest to parties that are in the audience that they want brought forward? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to meeting open to the public. Meeting is now open to the public. Anybody that wishes to speak, I wish you make sure that you address your comments to me as the chair, and limit your comments to 3 minutes. That'd be great.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. My name is Kevin Wright. I live at 745 Canterbury Drive. And I'm also a member of the Madison Heights Historical Commission, and that's really what I came tonight to talk about some of the exciting things we have coming up this week at the Heritage Rooms. So as I think everyone knows, we just celebrated a milestone on Saturday, December 6th, 70th anniversary of the passing by voters of the city charter, which made Madisonites the 10th city government in South Oakland County at that time. So we're going to have an open house this Saturday, December 13th, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. to help celebrate that anniversary. If you've never been to the Heritage Rooms, they're downstairs in the lower level of City Hall. It's just a hidden gem, a treasure trove of artifacts, displays, vintage photos. I mean, every time I go in there, I learn something new. At the open house, we're going to be selling some really nice T-shirts, too. They're designed by a member of our commission, Mark Bliss, a former city council member. And I brought one tonight to show everybody, but they've got a really sleek retro design on the front, commemorating 70 years on the back. And I forgot to count them, just moments that made us, historic milestones from pre-1832, before Oakland, or Royal Oak Township was founded, up until present day. So this is a shirt here. It has a really nice sleek design on the front. And on the back, we have, I think there's 12 moments that made us. And I know there's a lot more than 12 moments that made us, but those are the ones we boiled down to. I'm not going to share the moments. You're going to have to buy a shirt to get that. So. But they're going to be available for $20, and proceeds from the sale will go to help the Historical Commission fund digitizing old newspapers, photographs, and other information that we have stored in the archives. So I just want to invite you, Mr. Mayor, the council, our neighbors here in Chambers, our neighbors watching at home, to come out this Saturday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. to the Heritage Rooms Historical Museum downstairs at City Hall. I appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to make a public comment? All right, seeing none, close the public comment portion of the meeting. Next up on the agenda is the consent agenda. This evening, we have a few items. The first is the Community and Economic Development Director, the MHDDA bylaws amendment, which is about term limits. Next is City Clerk has 2026 City Council meeting dates. Next item, City Clerk, appointment to the Brownfield and Downtown Development Authorities, which is a mayor's appointment. Next item is from the City Clerk, Council alternate appointment to SEMCOG. Next item is City Clerk appointments to Planning Commission, which is also a mayor's appointment. And last item on the consent agenda is City Council regular meeting minutes of November 19th, 2025. Can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda this evening?
Your Honor,
Yes, Councilor.
motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Okay, thank you. Is there a second?
Your Honor. Second.
Councilwoman, thank you. All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Is there any discussion? All right, hearing none, let's vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, say no. Motion carries. There are no communications this evening, so moving on to reports. Under reports, we have the Elected Officials Compensation Commission, the salary order resolution.
At the Elected Officials Compensation Commission meeting, which was held on November the 24th, the commission authorized a salary order that provides for a 3% salary increase for the mayor and council effective January 9th, 2026, and a 3% increase effective January 1st, 2027. The appropriate council action would be for council to receive and file the salary order with the city clerk, which would implement the commission's order effective 30 days from the date of filing, or to reject the salary order in whole or in part, which requires a 2/3 supermajority vote.
Okay, thank you, Manager Marsh. Can I get a motion regarding the Elected Officials Compensation Commission salary order resolution?
Your Honor. I
Yes,
move that
Councilor Rohrbach.
council receives and files the salary order with the city clerk.
Okay, is there a second?
Your Honor, I will second.
Okay, motions are made and seconded. Any discussion on the order? Okay, hearing none, let's vote to motion to receive and file the salary order resolution with the city clerk. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, say no. Motion carries. There are no items for future public hearings, so we're moving on to bid awards and purchases. The item up is Skynet IT Contractor, Networking Equipment Update, Phase 2. Manager Marsh?
Skynet, the city's IT contractor, is requesting to purchase 10 Cisco Catalyst 9300L power supplies, stacking cables and transceivers, along with 5-year hardware licensing renewal of equipment to complete Phase 2 of the networking project. The hardware costs are $68,068. The licensing cost is $54,639, and the cost of labor is $14,600, for a total project cost of $137,307.26. The city's Information and Technology Advisory Committee reviewed Skynet's 2024 plan, including the proposed Phase 2 networking equipment upgrade at their April and December meetings, and approved this purchase as recommended for the fiscal year 2025 capital improvement plan and budget in order to reduce risk associated with the city's existing IT structure. While the project cost as recommended is $6,307 over budget, the original estimate only included a 1-year licensing for this phase of the project, and the updated quote is for a 5-year licensing on all of the city's switches, access points, and cameras. Therefore, staff recommends council approve the purchase of 10 Cisco Catalyst 9300L power supplies, stacking cables and transceivers, and the 5-year hardware licensing renewal of equipment with labor to complete Phase 2 of the networking equipment update for a total cost of $137,307.26. And if you have any questions, especially technical, Ty Dolan is here from Skynet.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I'd like
Councilman
to
Fleming.
make a motion to approve the motion as read by the city manager.
Is there a second?
Your Honor?
Yes.
Support.
Councilman. Thank you. We have a motion and support. Is there any discussion?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Question. So it's a 5-year lease. Is the total payment due this year, or are we going to spread that over the 5 years?
It's all due this year, that's why you get a discount.
Okay.
It's a substantial discount, though, from one, could you tell, do you have the information from 1 year to 5 years?
Yeah, clerk,
Actually, I have it here in the packet, I think.
Yes.
I believe the 5-year subscription is 50,
so do we need to make any motion to append the budget, or?
no, well, you can if you wish to, but you don't need to because the IT department budget has, not exactly everything up and down, so it balances out in the end. So we're okay for the moment. You don't need to do a budget amendment at this time.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions or discussion?
Your Honor, I do have one question.
Yes.
So previously, we got, I think, 10 other Meraki switches, is that right?
There was 13 last year.
13,
Yep.
so we have 23 total with these 10?
Correct.
Okay. And then, so the previous one, the first 13, are they leased also?
I'm sorry?
We bought the other ones, right?
Correct.
Correct, and these are leased. All right, so in case something happens and there are any of these parts, like the SFPs or the switches, if anything goes wrong with them, they're at full cost, we get them replaced, or how does that work?
These are, I think these are actually purchased.
Oh, these are
They have-
purchased, okay.
Yeah, the subscription license
Subscription,
covers the hardware and software, or hardware and licensing for as long as you have the subscription.
okay.
Is that it?
Yeah, no further questions.
Any other questions?
Your Honor.
Discussion? Yes.
Can I just have you just talk about, for the good of the audience, what is a switching phase network, and all that stuff? Tell us what this is for.
So there was 2 phases. Last year, there was 13 replaced. This year is going to be 10. Initially, it was planned on being 13.
Of what?
The networking switches.
And what are
So-
networking switches?
So the networking switches is what ties the internet throughout the city. So between the point-of-sale devices, the computers, it is what routes the traffic for the city's network.
Okay. Thank you.
Not a problem.
Any other questions?
Did you have the information from 1 year to 5 years, or? I thought I had it.
I
but
don't have it on hand. 1 year, I think, was 17.
I do have that,
Okay.
Your Honor. The one-year price for licensing was $17,409, and the five-year licensing was 50, make sure I'm looking at the right one, yep, $54,639.
So it's a difference of 17,000 for 1 year, or roughly 10,000, less than 10,100, or 10,500 for 5 years.
For 5 years. Any other questions? I just have one. I'm assuming because we've replaced 13 of them and now we're replacing the other 10, does that replace all of the current switches, or are there more to come that still need to be? Because you.
That would be all of the networking switches.
Okay.
Yep. The
And-
only thing that is not part of this is the routers. That is part of the phone system. We
Yes.
wanted to have just the networking switches, so when we go to the phone RFP, when it's not going to, we were hoping for a non-on-prem system, so the new switches will take care of the need to replace the routers.
Gotcha, okay. As well as it will hopefully limit the amount of outages we have with internet and other such things, having a switch go down. At least these are newer,
Correct.
replaced, and we have a warranty and we have
Correct.
service on them.
Yeah, the Cisco ones are next day.
Yes,
So-
perfect.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. I have nothing further, so let's go ahead and take a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion carries. All right, we are at the end of the agenda for this evening, so I will start with closing comments. I want to start with Councilman Sean Fleming tonight.
Okay. Kind of strange.
Put you right on the spot.
I know. See what's happening over there.
You need to give a warning before.
I should have.
Okay, for a couple things, I want to say that the nominations for Holiday Display Awards is going on right now. You can nominate, they have a link on the Facebook page. I'm not sure if it's on the city website yet. Or I would say you could probably call the city manager's office and tell them who you want to nominate, the address. And it ends on December the 14th and then some later date after that, there will be people going by and basically voting on your display. Also, the dog licenses, which were due on December the 31st, has been extended to a due date of March 31st, 2026, due to the Oakland County system that kept all the dog licenses, software for all the records, is being changed to another system called DocuPet, which you'll probably have to figure that out. And they'll probably have some information so that you can go there and input all your information in the future. But just so you know that if you're near the due date, which is only a couple of weeks away, that you're now extended till March 31st. Let's see here. One of the things that I wanted to bring up here is that we at our city, we have a lot of events that goes on. We have the Trail Tunes, we have the car show that we have right now, and we have other events like the Pride event that we have in the park. And so what I'm thinking here is that we could use more event planners in the future. So by having an event planner who's also an organizer and a professional that would be able to organize the event and also to take care of all the planning of the event, would actually withdraw some of the, take off some of the work that the commissions have to do for all of these events. That would free up the committees and boards to do all their work on the different boards. And also that it would also make sure that we're not having meetings that may or may not violate the Open Meetings Act, because, you know, it's kind of hard as a public body needing to plan an event, and you don't have this freeness to have just meetings at a whim with a bunch of people. You have to have an actual scheduled meeting. So having an event planner who's a professional and that will organize an event is a really important thing to have, I believe, and I think it would really enhance our events and make them even better. And that same person could also make sure the events are more publicized than they have been in the past. So that's just one of my ideas that that I like to look into with our city here. And that's it for tonight. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Counselor Gerald?
I have 4 things. Kevin, you are doing amazing things for the visibility and variety of information you're sharing for the historical. So thank you for that. It's very interesting reading, and you're engaging a lot of people in the community, which is exactly what the Historical Commission needs, so that's great. I'd like to do a huge shout out to the Madison Heights Food Pantry, who is in the amazing but challenging position of receiving a ton of donations and a ton of volunteers in light of the changes that happened with the SNAP concerns and everything in November. So the volunteers have just been incredible. The donations have also, so thank you for that support. I'd also like to acknowledge our amazing staff for pretty much everything they do, because we are so blessed with the leadership that we have there. And last but most importantly in this moment is thank you for going easy for me on my first 2 meetings.
Thank you. Counselor Rohrbach?
Yeah, just a couple things today. First of all, we got the Environmental Citizens Committee gave out a bunch of garden grants last year. I can't remember, 10 maybe, to people who were putting native gardens in their residents. And there's 2 of the schools also received garden grants. And we got back the reporting recently. And I just want to say, kudos to those who received the garden grants and put in so much time and effort on the gardens, the native gardens on their properties. I am so excited to, in the spring to start going around and seeing these native gardens really come to life. They all, had different various stages this year, so next year they should really be coming to life, and I'm very excited to go see a lot of those. And those garden grants will be coming up again at the beginning of next year, and any resident can apply for them, so keep an eye out for that information as it comes up through the city. I also want to say thank you to the Parks and Rec staff, again, for the and DPS for their work on the master plan, as well as Kindred for her work on the design of it. It's absolutely lovely. I also want to say thank you to all of them for the work for the lights. Our tree lighting was just lovely, and we are so lucky to have such dedicated staff that do so much work there. So that's all. Happy holidays, everyone.
All right, City Clerk?
Well, Councilman Fleming mentioned the dog licensing, so I don't have to mention that, so I'll just wish everybody happy holidays. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, Manager Marsh?
Yeah, I have a few things. So Sean Fleming mentioned, and I double-checked, the Holiday Decoration Awards is on the website, so it's easy to find. So if you see something beautiful out there this holiday season, please go out and put in the information on the website. And with that, I would like to give a shout out to staff. Of course, they did the majority of the work on this Parks and Recreation Master Plan, which is available in hard copy if you can't get it online, but it is available on the website as well. And last but not least, I want to give a special shout out to my assistant Harley, who did a lot of the work on this book for the master plan, but she also wrote a grant to the University of Michigan to get an intern to revitalize the recycling in apartments. So that's something that my office gets a lot of comments about, and she was looking for a way to do that, and we have just been awarded an intern that the University of Michigan will be paying for, so no expense to the city, and she has asked to manage that person to work to roll back out recycling in the apartments. So that is a great way to move Madison Heights forward. And last but not least, that kind of goes along with the theme of sustainability, which I don't know if you have seen the mugs up here tonight, but one of the things Madison Heights has is a sustainability master plan, and it talks in there about single-use plastics. So in the past, Madison Heights would buy plastic water bottles, which we all know how terrible that has become for us. And so we are eliminating that for health reasons, and also it's terrible for our environment and the landfills and everything else. So we've moved to these reusable tumblers, I think is the proper name for them. And if you love them, they're also available for sale in my office because we had to buy some of those. So if you want some Madison House swag, feel free to stop by. They're $15, by the way.
All right, thank you. Larry Sherman?
Couple of comments, Your Honor. First of all, I echo council's comments on kudos to staff for the Parks and Rec Master Plan. We started off with a contractor that Melissa and I were not happy with, and we saw it early on in the process and then decided to do it in-house, and the product was outstanding. The reason why we have to adopt a 5-year Parks and Rec Master Plan is in order to get grants like we've been getting over the past 5 years. Municipality has to have a document like that in place, and that's what council did tonight. Secondly, I want to correct an omission that I made at the last council meeting. When I was looking around the table and I was congratulating the new incoming council members, I forgot to congratulate one of our incumbent council members, Councilman Muir, not only on his reelection, but also on his appointment as Mayor Pro Tem of the city for this election cycle, and that was a function of the change that the Charter and Ordinance Review Committee did, and the citizens voted it in to make the highest vote getter at the last preceding election automatically become the Mayor Pro Tem, which eliminated any tug-of-war council would have had making an appointment, which has been previously had been our process for a long, long time. So I think it's never too late to correct an omission. So congratulations, Mayor Pro Tem Muir. And I wanted the people to be aware of the fact it was a function of our new charter provision too. Lastly, happy holidays to all of our residents, to everyone. Let it be a peaceful one. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Councilor Wright?
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm not used to going this far down the line, so it's definitely thrown me off a bit. No, just
Goodness.
this holiday season, just remember to be kind. There's a lot of folks who this is the toughest time of the year for folks dealing with mental health issues, for some, and loneliness and depression. So remember to check on your neighbors, invite them to events like what the Historical Society, to be a part of the community and not to isolate themselves. This time of the year, no matter what you practice, for a lot of them, it's all about hope and resiliency. So let's remember to be kind, and I yield.
Councilman Muir?
Just want to mention, keep an eye out for the new city newsletter coming in your mailbox soon. The winter edition will be coming out. Lots of great events going on in the library and Parks and Rec. So, and thank you, Mr. Wright, for mentioning the Heritage Room Museum will be open again this week to the public. It is in the basement of this building, so honestly, you can find it. There's an elevator on the north side of the building that will get you down there if you're having difficulty with stairs, or the door over here will be open. I also have my T-shirt already, so I'll be wearing that on Saturday. Other than that, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Kwanzaa, and Happy New Year to all of you, and please be safe. And as Councilor Wright mentioned, this is a very difficult time of year for some people, so reach out to them and check on them and make sure that they're feeling loved this time of year. And we'll see you all in 2026.
Thank you. Councilwoman Aaron?
Okay. Well, I don't have anything really to say, but I just want to say Christmas on DeLong. Jonathan and Christopher Hart have been doing Christmas on DeLong since COVID, where they bring Santa in, and the admission that they ask is just for a canned good, which they support to go out to the pantry. It is a really wonderful time of year to go through. The amount of effort that they put into this project is really amazing. So for anyone with small children or children at heart that just want to go and visit Santa this weekend, Santa has to go back. So this is going to be the last weekend he's here. because he got a long list of everything that he has to do. So if you have time, please stop by DeLong. Don't need the address, you'll see it when you get on the street. It's all bright and everything. From 7 to 9, it's a really enjoyable time of year. And it really brings along a lot of community, and it's fun. So that's all I have.
All right, thank you. All right, I just have a couple of things. I want to echo the sentiments of Counselor Gerald's that, thanking everybody for being easy on all of us for this year, because now we can say we made it a year. We made it through 2025 almost, though. So our last council meeting, obviously, this is the last one of the year. So I want to wish happy holidays to everybody, and hopefully everybody has a safe holiday season. And I also wanted to mention to Kevin Wright, thank you as well for all the historical updates on Facebook. I mean, I look at them every day, and it's just amazing, the stuff that, even though I've worked here for over 30 years, it's stuff that I never would have known had you not put that out there. So thank you for that, and I look forward to seeing people on Saturday. So with that, we will adjourn the meeting at 7:11.